one. I showed these dolls. These are 16-inch fashion dolls they're all jointed, multi-jointed porcelain dolls that I made in my own little factory in Kingston, New York. So I would pour these pieces, I sanded them, I cleaned them, and tried to make all this stuff. Well, we went to Toy Fair with 6 dolls, and I came home with $100,000 in orders, and I thought, oh, we're made. And I realized I have to make these things. So I would make one of these, and I'd chip it off, and it would break. Every single time these things would break. So I'd send one off and pray that it would get there unbroken, and a few of them did, but there's only a few of these around. Later, when my company got going, I always wanted to do vinyl. I started the company, I never wanted to do, although I came up through the art doll world, I never really wanted to do that. I wanted to manufacture, because I wanted play dolls, I wanted stuff that we could all play with. And this is kind of my first attempt at a fashion doll, more of a mass fashion doll. This is a vinyl version. It's called our American model. And it's a vinyl doll. Very simple, just hip, arms, and head joints. And these did really well. They were kind of unique on the market. These were like 19 inches tall. In Japan, Lady Luminous came out. This was an interesting doll too. This was supposed to represent, again, taller. Now, you see what's happening here is people are breaking away from what everybody had come to consider a fashion doll, which was 11 and a half or 12 inches. Barbie had set that standard, and nobody could break through that. And anything that wasn't that wasn't interesting. If it wasn't a Barbie, and if it wasn't the same size as a Barbie, it just wasn't interesting. But companies were trying. From individual visions, people who grew up with Barbie were now trying to get their dolls out. And Lady Luminous is one of these ones where, the Japanese who made Barbie originally are now producing their own version of a fashion doll. This was supposed to represent a model on a runway, so she's stationary. She's only jointed at the head and at the shoulders. The rest, her body and legs are one piece. And there's a long rod that goes right up through her leg that holds her up on that pedestal. And then Mel and Jean changed the whole landscape. It just changed everything. This was a brilliant vision. It was fully formed when it came out. The storyline was fully formed, and the sculpt was, it ignored Barbie totally. It just ignored Barbie, which was what had to happen. Is that you just can't use Barbie as a standard. So Mel was able to do it. He found a good partner in Ashton Drake. They were really able to get this doll out there. And the production was really good on this. And Jean had a long, great run. Meantime, of course, Alexander's been around all along, watching all this stuff. And Sissy was re-engineered and redone with a vinyl head. And the designer's name, do you remember him? John Pazewski. Yeah. Brilliant guy, and he died after just a few years at the company, 2 or 3 years at the company. But he reinvented Sissy and really, gave her back her life. But anyway, this is one of those a bad picture of one of those early Sissies. Okay, so I keep getting asked about when I was still doing commercial work along with my company work, and I was asked by Georgetown, I believe it was, I had done a project called Magic Attic in the 90s, and it was supposed to compete with American Girl. Good luck with that. That's like going into Barbie's backyard. You just can't do that. But anyway, they thought maybe there's a collector version of this. And we thought about it, and I thought, well, maybe romance novels. Because, when you see all the charts and stuff, supposedly the collectors who collect dolls and the romance novel readers are the same people. All their profiles are the same. Well, I know. So I go, really? Okay. So anyway, we decide to do this romance novel version of the doll. And I loved this idea. I thought it would be great. But the writers wanted to write a romance novel the way a romance novel was written. So this doll had a book with her, and it was supposed to be a family drama and all this, but they got married at the end of one book, and it was supposed to be like American Girl, where there's books with every doll. And, you know, that wasn't gonna work when you married her off in the first one, right? Anyway, this was a great doll for me to do because it was an early precursor to Title.